But 5 years later, the Middle East can no longer boast a united Arab republic. It is from a changed Middle East the panorama reports tonight, and from 3 countries, from Egypt, from Syria, and from Jordan.
It's in Cairo that Nasser feels most at home. Here, among the mosques and dusty bazaars, he finds the illiterate multitude who are his main civilian support. While these people still idolize him, he feels safe in alienating the propertied and professional classes. The masses see him as their savior and overlook the fact that so far he's been able to do little to improve their way of life. Today, Nasser says he never wanted to unite with Syria anyway. Whether this is true or not, Nasser knows only too well that Syria's desertion now could mean the end of his vision of a united Arab world, with Egypt as its heart and himself its exalted champion. The road to Damascus, the gateway to Syria. Today, the town is 100% Arab and strongly nationalistic. In the business quarter, Arab shopkeepers were among the first to turn against Nasser when the Syrian army gave the lead. Syria is prosperous in a modest kind of way, and the wealthy merchants hated Nasser's socialism. They wanted to spare Syria from his nationalization decrees. Apart from the army, the lead in the anti-Egyptian revolt was taken by these propertied and business groups. The revolt against Egypt caught on, and it wasn't just the soldiers or the moneyed men who effaced the portraits of Nasser and his important state visitors, which had plastered the city as they do in Cairo. Nasser may still have friends among the young intellectuals, but for most people in Damascus, he's looked on now as a would-be colonialist. He and his friends have been consigned to oblivion by people who believe first and foremost in Syria for the Syrians. The new Prime Minister, Dr. Kuzbari, spends hours a day publicizing the new regime to journalists and relays of visiting television teams. To this West German interviewer, as to me, he spoke French, having cleared his answers beforehand with advisors in another room.
Envisagé dépend de la volonté des peuples eux-mêmes.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
The Prime Minister is new to politics, being one of the few men the soldiers could find who is uncontaminated by the past. Outside in the streets, the flags of the old Syria proclaim the putting back of the clock. The same may be said of many of the new ministers. Mustafa Kouri, Minister of Communications and Public Works, is a civil engineer, quite new to political life. Surely with all the different social and economic situations in the Arab states, the idea of Arab unity is just a dream, isn't it?
Union should be between peoples, not between, between the whole people of Syria and the whole people of Egypt. It's not, the union should not be bound with one man, and one man cannot be he cannot be alone the only aspect of the union. It was the regime of Nasser who was wrong. We could never understand dictatorship as a solution, neither for Arab unity nor for economical and social development.
Behind the new ministers is the power of the army. The army hates to be photographed, and these shots had to be sneaked when no one was looking. For though soldiers are never far from the center of Syria's politics, they don't like people to say so. Yet if the Syrian officers hadn't been disgruntled with their overbearing Egyptian colleagues, the coup would never have happened at all. As usual, the soldiers moved fast and showed their traditional bloodless restraint. Nasser too reacted with restraint. There wasn't much else he could do. But for how much longer can he take his devastating snub lying down?